What's up, y'all? Bad freaking loss. I'll just go ahead and ask, since this is the last game, that y'all go ahead, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, Y'all can even go back and watch older videos. So, yeah. Let's get this post game started. No. Y'all already know. I had us winning. What did we win? Nothing. They shoved that anchor down our throat. Yeah. Overall, though, I'm looking at, have we improved from last season? Of course. Yes, we've improved. 4-8 last year, 5-7 this year. One thing that I would think about is, does Jeremy Pruitt accept a bowl bid at 5-7? Y'all go like the video for me, please. Exactly, Roger. Exactly. So one thing that I would say to Vol fans is, okay, we've improved under Jeremy Pruitt. So give the man time. Because you know there's going to be people out here. It's going to be like, oh, Jeremy Pruitt's worse than Bush Jones. And I guarantee there's going to be those people, but it is what it is. I mean, if Jeremy Pruitt does accept the bowl bid, extra practices for sure. That's I believe like 3 weeks of practices, probably more like 2. Ryan Schrick. Richard Neal says, I would say he should take a bowl, 15 extra practices. Exactly. 2 weeks of extra practices. And we're that team that plays good sometimes. So, I mean, it looks good too. It looks good to bowls. Y'all, there's 10 people in here, 6 likes. Go like the video. Go subscribe. It is what it is, Ryan. I mean, at least it wasn't like Florida versus Vanderbilt. I mean, that game was terrible. That's the way I see it, Roger. I mean, if he decides to say, hey, I don't think we're good enough, we need to sit out, that's fine by me. But, I mean, we'll just have to see at this point. And Ryan, exactly. Bama does need to learn how to score in the first half. They look great in the second half, though. Yeah, Space Mountain. We do have a lot of players, I believe almost the whole defensive line graduates this year. So, I mean, we really have to hope that these linemen on both sides of the ball here and make a name for themselves right off the bat. Roger Miles, I don't know if it's Pruitt that makes that call or Fulmer. I don't know. That's a good question. Mine says, I don't care who wins the SEC as long as they kick the ass of every other playoff team. That's me. But we got to hope that Georgia doesn't win it because recruits. That's all I'm going to say. Space Mountain, if I was Callaway, I would go pro. I mean, Ron, we look good in basketball. But that loss last night, that sucked. Exactly, Ron. Both worlds are pretty bad. Exactly. Vol for Life says our defense got tired because our dang offense got on the field every freaking 5 seconds. Roll Tide 24 says Bush Jones set your program back years. Yes, I'd say at least 5. You look at the turnover in recruits and star rating, just in star rating, not just sheer talent. But yeah, he had a couple of players that were good. But what did he do after he had those big players? Not any great recruiting classes after that, or they left early. Space Mountain, I predict maybe 7 or 8. Because we don't know how the offensive line and defensive line is going to perform. So, I mean, I'm not going to make any huge assumptions on Tennessee. Ryan Strick says Dan Mullen for SEC Coach of the Year, taking a 4-6 team to 9-3 and maybe a New Year's Six bowl, 4-7. I was talking about this the other day. I believe Dan Mullen will get SEC Coach of the Year. Although y'all have slid off the scales a little bit towards the end of the season, yes, y'all got a big win today over FSU, but all together. For me to say I believe Jeremy Pruitt gets it would be crazy at this moment because we've been trending downwards all November. Yes, we got a big win with Kentucky, but that was it. I'll go ahead and tell y'all this. next year, the SEC better take notice because we have some good talent coming. Now, I believe we're 6th in the SEC, but there's some good talent. Maybe not high star talent, but good talent. And to be honest, we should be able to play with anybody in the SEC. How long will that take? I'll give them 3 years. Fall for life next year. It always seems so cliche, but I mean, this time we have to believe it. Rotide 24 says, nobody gives Saban any credit. He never gets Coach of the Year consideration and won 12 games by 20-plus points. Well, why does Saban need credit when he wins every dang game he plays? You know? I mean, he's got enough trophies on his wall. I don't think he wants any little trophies. Roger Mize says, we were never consistent this year. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Story of my life right there. Story of my life. It seems like we played great one game. Then the next game, so many penalties, and you couldn't even move the ball. It was a lot like this game. Space Mountain, Tennessee's schedule is brutal every year. That's what I would say. All right, Ryan. Fubar 2020 says, I say it's probably going to be another rough 2 years before we start to get better. Recruiting. If you want a hint on how the next 2 years are going to go, look at recruiting. Ambitious Giant. Here's one thing I would say to you. The honeymoon, there's no such thing as that. We have to give this man time. He's our only dang shot, and he's our best shot. So, this isn't a strike against Pruitt at all. I don't think at all. Y'all, there's 15 people in here, 8 likes. Please go like the video. This is our last regular season game. Let's see if we can get a bowl bid, but I kind of doubt it. Ambitious Giant. I would say, look at it this way. You would have to expect better next year. We have Pruitt for how long? So, I mean, he's got to rub off on the players at some point. And Lord, do I hope it's these new recruits. And I'm honestly excited to see what the recruits look like with Jeremy Pruitt differs from Butch Jones. Fingers crossed. Have to hope. Fubar 2020 says, do you think Tyson Helton should be replaced? Honestly, I don't think so. And I said this earlier in the season. I still don't think so. Although I don't agree with all the calls that he has put out there on the field. But overall, he's a good offensive coordinator. I say don't get rid of him. Keep this staff around for 2 to 3 years. If it isn't working, switch it up. Hound Dog says, hey, man, what's up, Hound Dog? What you doing, buddy? This loss sucked, didn't it? Brock Munpower says, we did the impossible. We lost by 25 to Vanderbilt. Yeah, don't forget this. Since the 1920s, Vanderbilt hasn't beaten us 3 times in a row. They've done it now. So congrats to Vanderbilt. I'm eating my crow right now. But I'll tell you one thing. Tennessee, still the best college in Tennessee. And little old Vandy, you're still always going to be the little brother. It does suck, but it is what it is. Move on to next season. Man, y'all are going to love the recruiting stuff I have planned for y'all. Just looking at recruits, stuff like that. Live streams. I don't know what all we're going to do next year, so we'll have to see about that. I'm going to take a week off this week since, y'all know. But we'll see if we get a bowl bid or not. Fubar 2020, I mean, he has lit us up almost every single year, except for his freshman year. Ambitious Giant says, what are the channel's plans for the offseason? Honestly, I don't know right now. It's probably going to be basketball. That would be my first assumption, but I don't know. I'm not dead set on anything, to be honest. I honestly don't know. But I'll be danged if I'm staying off of YouTube till next preseason. Screw that. I'd like to give y'all freaking football every single week. I like to hear that, Roger. I appreciate that. And Ambitious Giant, I don't know if we do deserve a bowl bid. The way we played, the way we've been playing, and I think a lot of Vols feel like that right now. But I wouldn't put a loss on any coach, offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. It doesn't matter. This loss was a team loss, and it is what it is. It shouldn't be placed on anybody's head, you know. Vol for Life says you should do predictions on the college football playoffs and conference championships. I will probably do that. Steven or Stefan says, I sure hope y'all are right. I'm so tired of hoping just to be competitive. In my opinion, I believe that we have the right guy there coaching this team. It's just going to take time. And a lot of fans, they don't care. They want it now. Can't have it now. You got to wait. So, we'll see. And Miss Giant says, that's true. I admit I'm looking forward to this SEC championship especially. Here's the way I think about it. I couldn't care less. It's Georgia. It's Alabama. Y'all know how much I don't like those teams. I know I have Georgia fans in here and Alabama fans. I mean, I love y'all to death, but I can't sit through Georgia versus Alabama. I mean, I'll probably watch the second half. I'll watch it, but I'm not going to be glued to the TV. But I would have to say I'd rather see Bama. Not because it's Bama, but because I really wouldn't want Georgia to win the SEC East. And no, that's not good for recruiting. That's not good to have another dynasty in the SEC, especially it be the East. That wouldn't look good for recruiting. And Fubar says we don't deserve a bowl playing the way we did against Mizzou and Vandy. And that just alludes to what I just said. We don't. Not the way we played. Not the way we've played most of the season. But coming into the season, we had a new offensive scheme. A little bit of a new defensive scheme. A lot of exotic plays. And the more time you get under these systems, the better you're going to be. Roger, exactly. Roger says, I think even if we got a big name coach, we would still be sitting here with 5 wins. You got to give Pruitt time. One of the best things that I ever heard was coaches don't win games. Coaches lose games. Players win games. We need better recruits and we need time. That's all it's going to take. Glad to see you here, Stephen. Or Steven. I just can't believe we lost that game that we ain't going to a bowl that's it'll set in tomorrow that the season's over. Y'all go smash the like button. Share it, whatever you got to do. Send this season off in a good note. I'm about to get off here, y'all. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Don't forget, spend time with your family after this long football season. You know, it's hard on your family sitting and watching football every Saturday. That's hard on your family. You may love it, but it's hard on your family. I have fun with them. Go do some things on Saturdays that you wouldn't have. God bless y'all. And go Vols, baby!